Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues, and today it appears that the 1992 Catwoman from Batman Returns has a question. What is that? Did I enjoy The Dark Knight Rises? Yes, of course I did. It was a great movie. Or, oh, I can't believe that's the way the movie ended. Actually, although today is Saturday, the day you're watching this video, this is actually still Monday, as I have set my table up and I reviewed all the figures all in one shot, so that way I can easily put them up throughout the week and not have to continually set the table up. So I don't know whether I enjoyed the movie or not. I'm sure that I did. Or part of me can say, can you believe that Christopher Nolan ended the movie like that? Oh, I was so disappointed. Or, wow, that was such a great ending to the trilogy. It's exactly the way I thought of it. It was going to be Batman lives, saves the day. I don't know. So, today is Saturday, but for me it is Monday, the beginning of my work week. So, at least I will have something to put up every day for you guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed these reviews these last 6 days. And today we're looking at the oldest figure that we're reviewing, since the Legends of the Batman did take up 3 days. This is, like I said, the 1992 version of Catwoman as played by Michelle Pfeiffer from Batman Returns. And the reason I have her arm up here, as you can probably hear my cat meowing underneath this table, kind of fitting, that she has a whipping action. And here is her whip, and you may be asking yourself, hey Rob, isn't that the same whip that we've already seen? Well, yes it is. Kenner continued to keep using some of the same props over and over again, and you know, you could hardly blame them. This is, the bottom one here is from the Legends of Batman Catwoman, and then of course we have the Batman Returns Catwoman. And when we get around to reviewing the Catwoman from the animated series, again, you will see the same whip and the same problems that this figure has. We'll show you the whipping action right here, as I have not used this whipping action since probably, geez, the late 90s. Probably since the day it came out, but the arm comes down and will whip up, or you can do it a couple different ways. Kind of like back in the Superpowers days, there's a little click that you'll hear maybe to get it back in the locked position. Since we're kind of talking about the arms and locking and everything, the rest of the articulation is standard action figure articulation. The arm goes all the way around freely. Head, wow, it's been a long time since I've turned this head. Does go a full 360. And the legs come up into a weird spread eagle. Sorry about that, Catwoman. And then this arm is the gimmick arm, and it's on like a little spring and clip in here. Since this is from 1992, I'm not going to be spinning this arm around. I used to, back in 92, just kind of hear it go click, 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 click. And after a while, I started realizing, you know what, Rob, you could break your action figure, so maybe you should stop doing that. We'll get a closer look at the face here of Catwoman. Is it a likeness to Michelle Pfeiffer? No. Is it a decent representation of what she looked like in the film? Yes. You can see the stitching that's going across here. Her corset that she wore in the film, all the way down to the legs. This is really before they started doing decent amount of paint apps with the figures. So you can see the Kenner stamp there on the back. Maybe you can read it. It says 1992. It has their, you know, made in Japan, China. Actually says all rights reserved now that I'm looking at it. But you can see the corset tying in the back. And then the extra patch and stitching work. It would have been nice if they would have added a little bit of extra white or maybe a silver to kind of show where the stitching was, like it was in the movie. But for the figure that it is, it's basically an all black figure. No real paint, actually no paint at all. I believe this is exactly how it came out of the mold. This is the color of the plastic. and no extra detailing done, with the exception of painting the face. So we could bring out Batman from this line, and they both look pretty decent together. Again, this is not an accurate Batman for the movie pretty much at all. It almost looks like it's a superpowers Batman with just a little extra face work done here. The days of cloth capes, which I kind of miss, having a cloth cape. Again, Batman was the exact same way, out of the mold, only painted some gold on there. But since this is Catwoman's review, we'll move Mr. Keaton out of the way. And her other accessory is this claw rocket launcher. I managed to save accessories from 1992, but for 94 and 97, I'm missing accessories. Kind of odd. But this just clips up on her forearm, if I can get it on there without firing the rocket. Maybe not. Start at her wrist. Guess it goes to the wrist there. And then the gimmick is that it fires out, if I can get it on film. There you go. So you could have her swinging from something or shoot somebody over. One of those gimmicks that any action figure that came out right around this time, they gave them some type of firing mechanism or some wings that deployed. The really drawback to the Catwoman of this time, both the 92 version here and then the animated series version that would come out a little while later, is again this pre-posed legs and body. That the reason I had her down here kind of propped up against is that she would not sit or not stand at all. That her weight displacement is really off, and even with my table being a little oblong and heavy here, you really have to kind of get her crouched and hunched over and get her weight positioned just right to get her to stand, and the slightest little movement will knock her over. And I have not been able to get her to stand on this table. Usually what I have done in the past is stand a Batman up next to her. And watch, he won't stand. To get her to stand kind of on her own, but she has to be resting up against somebody else in order to do so. So that was the drawback as I forearm the camera here. Kind of a drawback of women action figures and just action figures in general. I really hated having the pre-posed stance to figures that made them shorter than what they were supposed to be, and they were in this weird crouched position. And if you wanted her to ride in the Batmobile or sit anywhere else, she really couldn't do so with the way her legs end up swiveling out. So that was really kind of a drawback to the figure. So that is going to do it for this review time. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series of reviews that I've done. Granted, the Legends of the Batman did get a little bit more airtime. There were many other Batman figures that I could have reviewed, and partly me thinks, it being Monday, I still have time to go upstairs and go grab another figure and review, but I think these are the figures that I'm going to share with you on this channel. So if you're watching and it's Saturday, hopefully you have seen future Batman, the 97 Batman and Robin. You have seen the Azrael Batman from the Legends of the Dark Knight. You have seen Catwoman from Legends of the Dark Knight, and you have seen animated series Bane, and you have seen this Catwoman. Those should be the 6 if I said all those correctly. So hopefully you've enjoyed this. At some other point I will probably do another series and maybe extensively look at maybe the whole Legends of the Batman series. Maybe look at my Batman action figures from the other movies, being the 89 Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, Begins, and then The Dark Knight Rises. So that's going to do it for this set of reviews. Hopefully you've enjoyed this week. Although this being Saturday for you guys watching it, hopefully you saw The Dark Knight Rises, you enjoyed it, and it was everything you hoped it would be. Or if it's not, put down in the comments what you thought about the movie, thought about this set of reviews, if you like this type of review, looking at some older figures that maybe we haven't seen in a while. Maybe that is something I will continue to do. So thanks for watching this series, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off and saying we will see you guys next time.